Welcome to the Activations with JJ, September 2021 Equinox Special Energy Update. For those of you who have been with me for a while, you've probably become accustomed to the fact that I do a weekly energy update at the beginning of every week. And interestingly enough, and as I always tell you, there are never any mistakes or accidents. And this week I was traveling, I was unable to record at my normal time, and I actually thought about possibly just skipping this week. But tonight I realized it is the equinox and also the full moon, and I knew that I needed to wait until today to get this out because I needed to tap into this energy, and I've definitely been noticing some interesting fluctuations over the last few days, and so I just thought I would take some time to focus my update on those two events. And I thought I would just kind of let you know how my week has been, approximately 1 week has been since I last hopped on to do an energy update. So since then, on the 19th of September, 2021, we had our second Soul Family gathering. It was amazing, and if you're interested in participating in the future, there is a link down below in the comments section. I would love for you to join us. We ended up doing some amazing healing work and a group activation that I can't even describe with words, but it had a lot to do with unity. And I knew it was for that particular group there. I just knew that those people who were there were meant to be there. And I'm setting the intention that that will be the case every single time. That there was a lot of energy. And so a lot of us have been feeling just a little bit off, I guess you could say. Maybe just also tapping into something different. Our bodies are calibrating and integrating and getting used to this new energy that we're bringing through for the planet. And so it was a little tough for me to adjust, and I have been struggling, honestly. Today I have had some really frustrating moments. Just emotionally frustrated is the emotion that comes through. So at the end of this day, I really didn't feel like recording a podcast. But I did go outside. I felt drawn outside. I knew it was a full moon, and I knew that I could just moon bathe in that energy. And so as I sat there, again, I realized that it was the equinox, that it was the new moon, and this is a time of change and a shift. And I really felt that approaching right now. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the news, just little stories here and there that pop up. I try not to be super connected to the news because being an empath, it can be difficult for me, but I've been caught up in a few things. So it's hard for me to go through those things, and it's hard. And I think I end up internalizing some of it and tapping into it a little too much. And it's all for a reason, I suppose, because I do believe that everything is for a reason. Everything is as it should be. And I am choosing that experience. But at this very moment in time, I just want to take and set an intention that we will be able to accommodate this shift in our energy, that we will be able to calibrate our vibration to what is coming, because I feel like that is really the crux of many of our difficulties, is when we fight the change. So we're going to go ahead and take a deep breath, as we typically do, in order to soften and surrender and come into a receptive state, so that when the message is transmitted, we are ready to listen and receive energetically and physically. The winds of change are once again upon you. And we are here to whisper into your ears that all is well. All is well, dear ones. All is well. These winds of change, upon them are carried the energies of a new planet. Upon them are carried new visitors to your planet, new beings, new lives, and you will be somewhat surprised as you see them begin to come into your view, as they begin to introduce themselves to you. But once you get over the initial surprise, you will begin to feel a sense of remembrance. Things will become very familiar to you. And what seems foreign will adapt and will convert into something that feels like family. So we invite you not to resist, dear ones. We invite you to surrender, to come into flow with these winds, with our energy of change. And as we blow upon you, we invite you to sink into a feeling of security. Even in the midst of change, you can be secure and you can be safe, for you are releasing a genetic predisposition to fear change. And as your DNA changes and you evolve, the old mannerisms and the old reactions and the old instincts to avoid change will fall away and will be replaced by a feeling of flow in the midst of change rather than fear in the midst of change. You are safe in the midst of change. This transition will come easily and without harm. We invite you to notice the changing of the seasons, even at this time, and how gracefully nature transitions from one season to the next without fighting, without resisting. Just notice. We invite you to go outside more frequently, to be out in nature, in the trees and the plants, seeing the sky as it transitions, all of the changes and the flow, as you realize that you are part of that change and part of that flow. And no matter what you do to resist, your resistance will be futile. For it is in your nature to expand and to flow and to change with the seasons of energy that are now taking place on this planet. For just as your seasons of weather change every year, there are cycles and seasons for your planet. And you are entering a new season, dear ones. You are entering a new age and a new era. And the shift into that change, into that new era, can be just as graceful as the changing of the color of the leaves from the summer to the fall. Think about that for a moment. Continue to release any fear you may be holding on to regarding change, and embrace newness in your life. We conclude our message at this time and blow upon you the grace and the love which dwells within us all. Thank you for joining me once again for this unusual energy update, but very timely and very much needed, I believe. As always, the light in me and the divinity in me honors the light and divinity within you. Namaste.